Welcome back. President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi received the Algerian Foreign Minister Ramtan Lamara at Al Ittihadiyya Palace in Cairo on Tuesday during the meeting. The President received a letter from Algeria's President Abdelmadjid Tebboune inviting him to the next Arab summit in Algeria due in November. President al-Sisi conveyed his greetings to the Algerian counterpart and welcomed the invitation, expressing keenness in expanding cooperation between the two sides, guaranteeing the success of the summit in boosting Arab joint action and facing challenges that face the Arab world. The meeting tackled bilateral ties and regional issues of mutual concern, including the situation in Libya and Syria. The two sides agreed on the significance of extensive coordination to achieve regional security and peace, as well as stability. The meeting was attended by Foreign Minister Sameh Shoukry and the Algerian ambassador to Cairo. President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi received the Palestinian President Mahmoud Abbas on Tuesday. During the meeting, President al-Sisi stressed on the significance of exerting all efforts to back the Palestinian cause. The head of state reiterated that Cairo would continue to offer all kinds of support for the Palestinian cause. For his part, the Palestinian president hailed the historic role played by Egypt to support the Palestinians in a bid to reach a comprehensive and lasting peace settlement in the occupied territories. The meeting comes within the framework of the joint coordination to confront challenges facing efforts of the Palestinian people in obtaining their inalienable rights to achieve the self-determination and establishing their independent state with full national sovereignty on the Palestinian lands which were occupied in the 1967 with the East Jerusalem as its capital. President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi congratulated Kenya's President William Ruto for his presidential election win. He wished him and the Kenyan people a bright future. President al-Sisi expressed keenness on expanding bilateral ties and coordinating on regional issues of mutual concern. Prime Minister Madbouli inspected a number of national development projects in Al Fayoum Governorate on Tuesday, including Adab al-Menaim Riyadh Square, Sawaqi area, and the housing initiative dubbed Housing for All Egyptians. Here's the story.
Sisi Prime Minister Madbouli inspected a number of developmental, industrial, housing and service projects in Al Fayoum Governorate on Tuesday. At a press conference during the inspection, Madbouli said presidential directions for the rehabilitation of Qarun Lake had been issued. He said 60% of Phase 1 of Decent Life initiative in Al Fayoum would be completed by the end of December, adding that a number of measures had been taken to attract investments. The Prime Minister noted that factory to extract Qarun Lake salts is under construction within the scheme to rehabilitate the lake. At the start of the tour in Al Fayoum, Madbouli inspected the development of the Abd al-Menaim Riyadh Square, one of the main entrances to the governorate, which cost around £10 million. He also inspected the development of Sawaqi area in Al Fayoum. Premier Madbouli said work in the zone addresses the needs for civilized development in the city and achieves the best of economic returns and also provides job opportunities. He was also briefed on the implementation of the housing initiative dubbed Housing for All Egyptians, aimed at developing governorates capitals across the country. Madbouli inspected a project aimed at establishing substitute housing in Shuna and Mahla lands. He said the state is keen on implementing the project to alleviate the quality of life of civilians across the governorates. Madbouli also inspected project under the initiative dubbed Decent Life, aimed at developing the Egyptian countryside in the governorate.
Arab League Secretary General Ahmed Abul Ghait warned on Tuesday that Arab world is not far from global crisis. Addressing the Arab League's Council 158th round of foreign ministers in Cairo, Abul Ghait said that Arab moves with regard to the Ukrainian crisis is a proof of Arab coordination. Abul Ghait said securing food sources is part of the security of the Arab world in comprehensive scale and warned that the crisis in the Arab region are still far from solutions. For his part, the Lebanese foreign minister, the head of the past round, inaugurated the meeting and was followed by Libya's foreign minister, the head of the current 158th Arab League round. The Libyan top diplomat highlighted the importance of joint Arab action and stressed the need to hold elections in Libya. The 158th round is planned to discuss regional issues including food and energy security and the Palestinian cause. A meeting by the Arab Ministerial Committee will be dedicated to follow up on the crisis with Iran. The Interior Ministry continued its efforts to combat all types of crime across the country with harm the national economy. The ministry confiscated 25 devices to excavate precious metals at a cost of £6 million and arrested a head of a company in Giza who was working in smuggling those devices as well as monuments. Earlier, the ministry managed to locate 5,941 cases of drug smuggling across Egypt's governorates. It succeeded in seizing more than 164,000 kilograms of heroin and 837,000 kilograms of hash, as well as more than 37,000 tramadol pills. The ministry confiscated drugs reached a value of £109 million and managed to arrest drug smuggling gangs in Upper Egypt, where a number of weapons were found with criminal elements. Meanwhile, the ministry located 3 cases of money laundering with a value of £62 million.